All right, well, it has been the most talked about and most contentious issue on the ballot this year. We're talking about Proposal 3, and it would keep abortion legal in Michigan, but there have been lots of concerns and questions about whether it does more than that. Our Grant Herms has been talking with experts to find out exactly what would happen if voters say yes on Prop 3.
Proposition 3 at its core would enshrine access to abortion and reproductive health care into the state's constitution, meaning the laws on the books under Roe v. Wade would stay the same. The proposition would allow the state to regulate abortion after fetal viability, but couldn't place limits if it were medically needed to protect a patient's life or health, including mental health. Finally, it would ban state discrimination and prosecution of a pregnant person who gets an abortion or someone who helps them, like a doctor or someone who gives a ride to a clinic. It would also invalidate state laws that conflict with it, namely the state's 1931 abortion ban. That last part has been the major issue outside of how people feel about abortion and reproductive health morally. So we took those legal questions to experts.
Language matters.
First, Professor Ed Goldman, the director of the U of M Reproductive Justice Program and an expert on the intersection of medicine and the law. We asked if whether a list of laws including consent, parental consent to treat a child, child access to gender therapy, or even infanticide would go away under Prop 3. His answer at every turn was no.
The notion that children will be able to get an abortion on their own without parental notice or consent, I think is incorrect. The basic right a child has is a right to grow up. And so what the state says is you have to go to school, can't drink till a certain age, can't drive till a certain age, and you can't have an abortion without parental notification, consent, or a judicial bypass. Those are laws regulating how children grow up. Those laws are not going to go away.
But despite Goldman's answers and the answers of other medical law experts, there are still concerns. So we asked another expert in the field of reproductive law who also teaches constitutional law, Professor Leah Littman. Her answers were the same.
We are talking about a solution to a problem that just doesn't exist because there isn't a problem with Proposal 3 invalidating the litany of common sense public health measures that are totally consistent with evidence-based science and clinical judgments.
And now is a good time to go look at the Michigan Voter Guide we've got up right now on clickondetroit.com. It's got all the details about Proposition 3, the other two major statewide questions, plus every major race across this state. It's all there for you on clickondetroit.com. In Detroit, Grant Herms, Local 4.